Hi guys, welcome back to the Home and Homestead. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm Rebecca, and if not, thanks for joining me again today. So today we're going to be baking a family recipe using classic combinations of spring and early summer fruits and vegetables. We'll be making a strawberry rhubarb torte. So in early spring, I like to go through my freezer and remove and try to use up some of the harvested fruits and vegetables that I had prepped and frozen to use throughout the year. And I need to make room for the new harvest that'll be coming over the next few weeks and months. And two of those items are strawberries and rhubarb. So I thought I'd share with you guys a family recipe of ours that we really enjoy making during the spring and summer months. You can either use fresh or frozen. If you use frozen, just simply thaw it out in the refrigerator the night before. So let's head to the kitchen and prepare our family recipe for strawberry rhubarb torte. So the first thing that we need to do is prepare our crust, and also this will form a part of our topping for our torte. So I'll be using my KitchenAid stand mixer today. You can also just use a pastry cutter and a mixing bowl to do this process. What we're going to be doing is creaming our butter with the sugar. So I have 3/4 of a cup of butter, which is a stick and a half, that I allow to soften slightly at room temperature. To that I'm going to add 1 cup of brown sugar. Now you can either use your pastry cutter and cut the butter into the sugar, or since I'm using my stand mixer with the flex edge attachment, I'll just cream it using the mixer. There we go. So what I meant by creaming that, the butter and the sugar have incorporated together to create a sugar butter mixture. Now we're going to add 2 cups of flour, and I'm just using an all-purpose flour. We'll mix this together as well. There we go. We have a nice crumbly flour, butter, and sugar mixture. This will serve as our crust, as well as a portion of this will be for our topping. So let's head over to the stove top and we can prepare the next part of our strawberry rhubarb torte. So here I have an 8x8 glass baking dish, and this is what we will bake our torte in. And here is the crust and topping mixture that we just prepared together. So what I'm going to do is pour this mixture into our baking dish and reserve about 1 cup of this for our topping that we will use later. Now I'm just going to simply press down our crust mixture in the bottom of the pan. If you didn't want as thick of a crust, you could also use a 9x9 baking pan. Now let's work on making our filling. So in a saucepan or deep-sided skillet, you can combine the following ingredients to make the base of our filling. So we're going to cook 2 cups of sugar and 4 tablespoons of cornstarch. Just mix those together a little bit. And to that, we will add 2 cups of water. Now what we're going to do is bring this mixture up to a boil, and we're going to cook it until it becomes clear. So let's let this cook and come up to a boil, and we'll come back for the next step. Alright, so this has been boiling for about 4 or 5 minutes, and it's nice and clear now. So we can turn off the heat and remove that from the heat. Now we can add the remainder of the ingredients for our filling. So first we'll add 1 tablespoon of butter and 1 tablespoon of vanilla. I like to mix those in. Now I'm going to add 4 cups of chopped rhubarb. So again, you can use fresh or frozen. If you use frozen, just simply thaw it in the refrigerator overnight. I'm using my frozen rhubarb from last year's harvest. So what I do is I harvest my rhubarb, I clean it, and I chop it and portion into 2-cup freezer safe bags and get that frozen so I can use throughout the year. Now I'm going to add 1 small package of strawberry jello. That would be the 3-ounce package of strawberry jello. We'll mix that in. Now this next ingredient is completely optional. If you have strawberries on hand, I usually like to throw in about a handful or a half cup of sliced strawberries. If you don't have strawberries, you can certainly just leave them out. It is still a delicious recipe. And that's usually how we would prepare it without the strawberries, but if we happen to have some from the garden or maybe a few left over frozen and needed to use them up, we would throw in a little bit. So now this is our filling for our torte. So we're going to pour this into our prepared crust. And we have the reserved crumble topping here. So let's get that topping on. So again, I'm using an 8x8 glass baking dish. A 9x9 would offer you a bit more room for baking. If you wanted a real thin, more like a bar type of thickness for your torte, you could do a 9x13 pan. I like to try to get this all the way to the edges if I can. There we go. Now, I like to bake this on a sheet pan to catch any bubbles and drips that may happen while this bakes. So now I have the oven preheated to 350 degrees, so we'll bake our strawberry rhubarb torte for about 45 minutes, or until it's nice and golden brown and the sauce that we created is thickened up and it starts to bubble around the edges. Let's get this in the oven to bake. All right, our strawberry rhubarb torte has finished baking. We just place this on a cooling rack here. And as I knew it would, it dribbled over the side some of that filling. And that's because I used my 8x8 baking pan. Normally I would use my grandmother's baking pan because this is actually her recipe. It's a little bit bigger. It's a 2-quart baking dish. The baking dimensions are 7.5 by 11.75 inch. And I believe the current 2-quart Pyrex baking dishes are 8 by 11. Either way, if you have a 2-quart baking dish, this also turns out lovely in that size and it would feed more people. Would very easily serve 8 to 12 people from that size pan. So if you happen to have that type of baking dish, you can use that as well for this recipe. That's typically the dish that I make it in, but I wanted to do this in a clear pan today so you guys could see the different layers and how pretty it is. But also when you use an 8x8 baking pan, you get a nice deep torte that's just dripping with the sauce and filling. So now what I'm going to do is allow this to cool and set, and then we can dig in and serve up a piece and have a taste. This smells absolutely delicious. It reminds me of my grandmother. It smells like walking into her house. And I remember making this dessert as a child with my mother as well, so a lot of fond memories when I make this dish. So let's allow this to cool and set, and we can have a taste. All right, so I let the strawberry rhubarb torte cool and set. I tested it about a half hour ago and it wasn't quite set. So let's see if I can scoop out a little portion of this here. There we go. We have some nice big pieces of rhubarb, and then we have the smaller pieces of strawberry that I added in. But this filling has a really lovely strawberry flavor just from that Jell-O mix that we added. So let's have a taste. The perfect combination of sweet and tart with the strawberry and the rhubarb with that crumbly, crispy topping from that cup of the crust mixture that we prepared together. This is a really delicious and lovely dessert to have. If you're looking for a recipe with that classic strawberry rhubarb flavor, I hope you give our Strawberry Rhubarb Torte family recipe a try. If you'd like more inspiration on spring food preservation or recipes, perhaps some sweet treats, you can check out a number of recipes I have in those particular playlists, as well as other topics that you can check out on my channel. Well, thank you so much for spending time with me in the kitchen today where we made our family recipe of Strawberry Rhubarb Torte. If you're new to the channel or haven't done so yet, I would really appreciate you subscribing. If you enjoyed this or any other video that you watch, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. I hope you're having a wonderful day. See you next time. Take care.